My child, draw near and let the world fall silent for a moment. Still your thoughts and quiet your heart, for I must speak with you about the day that is to come. What I am about to tell you is not meant to fill you with a spirit of fear, but with a spirit of wisdom and preparation. I need your undivided attention, because tomorrow, the veil between what you see and what is truly real will grow thin within the walls of your own home. My child, you are about to experience an unpleasantness, a disturbance that will seek to shake the foundations of your peace. It concerns the very house you live in, the place you consider your sanctuary, your refuge from the world. You believe it to be a place of safety, and it is my will for it to be so, but there are histories and echoes within it that you do not know. You have no idea of the spiritual currents that have flowed through that space long before you arrived, and tomorrow, those currents will stir. You think of your home as a collection of wood, brick, and stone, a structure that provides shelter. But I tell you, a place is more than its physical materials. It is a vessel. It holds memories. The walls that you trust have absorbed more than the scent of your cooking or the sound of your family's laughter. They have absorbed prayers and praises, yes, but they have also absorbed the sorrows, the angers, the bitter words, and the hidden pains of all who have dwelt there before you. These things do not simply vanish into the air. They leave a residue, a spiritual imprint, and this imprint has drawn the attention of forces you cannot see. Tomorrow, these forces will attempt to make their presence known. They will not appear as frightening specters from a storybook, but as a heavy and unsettling presence. Their goal is to inject chaos into your peace, to plant seeds of doubt in your mind, to make you question your sanity, and to weaken the foundation of your faith in me. But listen to me, child, listen with your spirit. If you hold fast to my words, you will not only pass through this unharmed, but you will emerge with a strength and an authority you did not know you possessed. You have come to expect a certain rhythm to your days, a predictable flow from morning to night. Tomorrow, that rhythm will be broken. It will feel as if the very air inside your home has become heavy, thick, and difficult to breathe. A shadow will seem to fall across the threshold, not a physical shadow from the sun, but a spiritual one that chills the soul. Some in your family may try to explain it away with logic. They will call it a coincidence, a bad mood, or a product of your imagination. But you, my child, you will feel it in your spirit. You will know that this is something more, something deeper. Do not allow your mind to dismiss what your spirit perceives. This is the beginning of the unveiling of what has been hidden. My child, I have seen you in your quiet moments. I have seen you wrestling with questions that you are afraid to speak aloud. I have heard the sighs that escape your heart when you feel the weight of the world upon you. You have wondered why your peace feels so fragile lately, why the nights seem to stretch on endlessly, and why joy seems so difficult to hold on to. I will tell you now, it is because the spiritual battle around you has been intensifying, even if you were not fully aware of it. You are living in more than just the physical realm. The unseen world is real, and it is constantly interacting with the seen. Tomorrow, the unseen will brush against your reality in a way you cannot ignore. It will shake you, I do not deny this, but you must not, under any circumstance, allow fear to take root in your heart. Fear is the key the enemy seeks. It is the very doorway through which they desire to enter and cause turmoil. If you lock that door with faith in me, they will find they have no power over you. You have already felt the precursors to this storm. You have noticed the whispers of unease in a quiet room, the doors that creak when there is no breeze, the sudden, inexplicable chill that runs down your spine, the restless dreams that leave you weary upon waking. These have not been accidents. They have been small warnings like the distant rumble of thunder, telling you that a storm is approaching. Tomorrow the storm will be overhead. But you must remember this truth: I am the Lord of the storm. It cannot rage for one moment longer than I permit. And even in its fiercest winds and loudest thunder, my hand is upon you. You believe your family chose that house for its location, its size, or its comfort. But nothing in your life is accidental, my child. Every step is ordered by me. That piece of land has a history. The foundation is built upon ground that has witnessed things you cannot imagine. Stories are woven into the very wooden beams of its frame. Some of these stories are not of joy, but of deep sorrow. Some are not of blessing, but of unresolved pain and bitterness. And pain, child, if it is not brought to me for healing, does not simply fade with time. It lingers. It clings to a place like a stain. It waits for an opportunity to resonate again. This is the old wound that will be stirred tomorrow. But do not despise this process, for I am allowing it for a divine purpose. What remains hidden in darkness cannot be healed. What is brought into the light can be confronted, and what is confronted in my name can be cleansed and redeemed. My warning to you today is not to terrify you, but to arm you. Many would prefer I remain silent so they could continue in blissful ignorance. But ignorance is not a shield. It is a blindfold. A blind soul is destined to stumble. I am giving you sight before the moment of stumbling, so that you may walk with divine caution and unwavering wisdom. When the moment arrives, your human instinct will be to react in fear. You will be tempted to raise your voice in anger or frustration at your family. You will be tempted to argue, to flee the house, or to simply deny the reality of what you are feeling. Do none of these things. Instead, I command you to do the most powerful thing you can. Be still. In the midst of the emotional and spiritual chaos, find a quiet place in your heart and stand still. In that stillness, you will begin to hear my voice, not as a shout, but as a deep and resonant peace beneath the noise. The disturbance will be loud and jarring, but my voice is the foundation upon which all reality rests. Listen for the silence that holds the noise, for that is where I am. The ones you love, your precious family, they will feel the weight of tomorrow as well, each in their own way. Some will become irritable and defensive, brushing it off as a bad day. Others will feel the spiritual heaviness more keenly and may become anxious or sad. Do not enter into arguments with them about what is real and what is not. Your role is not to convince them with words, but to be their anchor in the storm. When they begin to panic, you will be the calm one. When they are filled with questions, you will be the steady one. They may not understand why you are so peaceful, but your quiet strength, which comes from me, will be a shelter for them. I have appointed you to be the vessel through which my peace flows into your home. My beloved child, you must understand the larger picture. This struggle is not just about a house with a troubled history. It is about you. It is about your spiritual growth, your awakening to a deeper reality. For too long, you have thought of me as a distant God, a benevolent creator who watches from afar but rarely intervenes in the messy details of life. Tomorrow, you will learn that I am not distant at all. I am intensely present. I am so close to you that when the shadows in your home begin to move, they do so with trembling, for they are aware of my presence within you. The unpleasantness that will happen is not meant to destroy you or your family. It is designed to open your eyes. It will be a tearing away of a veil of complacency you didn't even realize was covering your spiritual sight. And though the sound of that tearing may startle you, the result will be your freedom. It is only when the veil is lifted that the pure, unfiltered light of my glory can pour into every corner of your life and your home. This is why I need you to trust me beyond what your five senses tell you. Trust me beyond the fear that will try to grip your heart. Trust me beyond the confusion that will attempt to cloud your mind. Fear will rise. Confusion will stir. But your faith in me must rise higher and stand taller. This is not a test you cannot pass. I never place a burden upon my children that they cannot carry with my strength flowing through them. Tomorrow's events will reveal the hidden cracks in your home's spiritual foundation, but more importantly, they will reveal the unshakable strength I have placed within you. In the heat of the moment, do not be quick to speak. Do not rush to find a logical explanation for the supernatural. Human words will be inadequate, but your spirit, connected to my spirit, will understand. Lean into prayer, not as a desperate recitation of memorized phrases, but as the very breathing of your soul. A single, heartfelt whisper of "I trust you, Lord," will be a thunderclap in the spiritual realm, silencing storms far greater than what you will face. Your home has been watched, my child, not just by neighbors or people passing by on the street, but by unseen eyes. Some of these eyes are not for you, they are against you. They resent the light that you carry. But you must burn this truth into your heart. They are not stronger than I am. They have no authority over you. They cannot truly harm you unless you give them permission through fear or sin. Tomorrow, they will make a bid for that permission. They will try to gain access by stirring old wounds, provoking strife, and creating an atmosphere of hopelessness. This is why unity within your family will be your greatest shield. Love will be your most powerful defense. If those forces can divide you, they can weaken you. Do not let them. If a sharp word is spoken, answer with softness. If an argument begins, be the first to seek peace. Hold your family close in your heart and in your prayers. Do not let the enemy isolate you from one another. Perhaps you are wondering, Father, why would you permit this at all? Why not simply remove this darkness without me ever knowing? Why not just cleanse the air and spare me and my family this dread? It is because you must learn, my child. You must learn to see with my eyes. You must learn to fight, not with your own hands or intellect, but with the spiritual weapons I have given you. If I removed every challenge from your path, your faith would never grow beyond infancy. You would never understand the true depth of my power that is at work within you. Tomorrow is not a punishment. It is your spiritual training ground. It is a preparation for your destiny. It is a refiner's fire, designed not to destroy the gold, but to burn away the impurities. I have called you for more than a life of simple comfort and ease. You are called to be a carrier of my light in places where darkness has lingered for generations. You are called to walk paths that others are too afraid to tread. And how can you learn to carry my light effectively unless you first learn to recognize the nature of darkness? How can you stand strong in my authority if you have never felt the weight of spiritual resistance? Do not despise what is coming. Embrace it as the training of your soul, the forging of a warrior. When the hour arrives, I want you to remember this profound truth. Shadows may seem to gather in the corners of your home, but shadows, by their very nature, cannot exist without a light source. The fact that these shadows are stirring is proof that the light of my presence dwells within you. They do not rise where there is only darkness. They rise in opposition to the light. They are agitated because they sense what you carry inside you. And what you carry is infinitely greater than anything they can bring against you. My child, I am with you. This is not a metaphor, it is a reality. I will not abandon you to the confusion or the fear. Even if the night feels heavy and the dawn seems far away, know that my dawn always breaks. This trial of tomorrow will pass, and when it does, you will stand stronger, wiser, and more intimately attuned to my presence than you have ever been before. You will look at your home with new eyes, at your family with a new depth of love, and at your own heart with a new understanding of its resilience. And above all, you will see me differently, not as a distant concept, but as the one who holds your hand and walks beside you through fire and shadow alike. Think of the history of that place. You do not know the tears that were shed in those rooms long before your family's laughter ever echoed in its halls. You do not know the anger, the secret curses, or the despair that was whispered when the house belonged to others. Do not be naive and think that such powerful spiritual expressions simply evaporate. Words carry immense power, child. When they are spoken with the force of bitterness, hatred, or occult practices, they cling to the places where they were uttered. They create spiritual scars. Tomorrow, the echoes of those scars will attempt to resonate again. They are not ghosts in the way men imagine them, but they are spiritual relics, remnants of dark choices and unholy agreements made by those who walked there before. They seek to trouble you for one simple reason. My spirit rests upon you, and darkness cannot endure the presence of my light. It is agitated by it. Remember my servant Cain, who rose up against his brother Abel. After the terrible deed was done, I said to him that his brother's blood was crying out to me from the ground. Understand this deep mystery, my child. The earth itself bears witness. The stones, the soil, the foundations of 𝐆𝐿, they hold a memory of the deeds, both good and evil, that have transpired upon them. The blood of Abel spoke a testimony of injustice, and I heard it. The same spiritual principle is at work even now. The ground beneath your feet can carry a testimony of blessing, or it can carry a testimony of sorrow. This is what is stirring in your dwelling. I do not reveal this to you to fill you with dread, but to awaken you from slumber. So many of my children walk blindly through life, believing their homes are spiritually neutral, that the past is simply erased by the passage of time. But time alone does not cleanse a thing. Only my presence and my purifying power can do that. Tomorrow is not an accident. It is a divinely permitted unveiling, an opportunity for you and your family to step into a new level of spiritual authority. You cannot walk in true dominion over a place until you first confront what is hidden within it. I have set examples for you throughout my word. Did I not command my people Israel to utterly drive out the inhabitants of the land I was giving them? Did I not warn them repeatedly not to tolerate the altars, the idols, and the perverse practices of the people who lived there before? I commanded them to tear down the high places, to smash the sacred stones, and to burn the carved images with fire. Why? Because those were not merely physical objects. They were points of contact, spiritual agreements with demonic powers that were opposed to me. Israel was meant to thoroughly cleanse the land so that it could be a holy place, set apart for me. And when they failed to do this, those same altars and idols became a snare to them, pulling them into generations of sin and bondage. Learn from this, my child. Your home must be consecrated, cleansed, and wholly dedicated to me. When the stirring begins tomorrow, it will likely be subtle at first. Perhaps a sudden, sharp argument will erupt between family members over something trivial and meaningless. Perhaps a thick cloud of heaviness will descend, making everyone feel drained and despondent. Perhaps you will hear strange sounds, or a series of small, unexplainable accidents will occur. Whatever form it takes, I want you to recognize it for what it is. It is not natural. It is not random. It is the manifestation of what has been dormant, and it is testing your home, looking for an entrance through division, fear, or despair. But I am not sending you into this battle unarmed. You are already equipped. I have placed my own spirit to live inside of you. Do you not remember my unbreakable promise? Greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. Stand firmly on this truth. You will not need elaborate rituals or complex incantations. You need only my name spoken with simple, unwavering faith. For at the name of Jesus, every knee must bow in heaven, on earth, and under the earth. Do not forget the power you carry. When fear whispers its lies, declare my name. When confusion tries to cloud your thoughts, call upon my name. When that spiritual heaviness tries to settle, lift up your praise to my name. Praise is a weapon far sharper than any sword, for it builds a throne for me right in your midst. And where I am enthroned as king, darkness cannot possibly remain. Child, I know your heart is asking, why me? Why my home? Why must my family go through this? But can you not see the honor in this, my beloved? I have chosen you because I trust you. I have placed my seal upon you, and I know that your obedience in this trial will release a freedom not just for your own household, but for the generations that will come after you. What you confront and defeat tomorrow will not return to trouble your children or your children's children. By standing your ground, you will be breaking a chain, and the testimony of what you overcome will become a beacon of hope for others, so that when they face their own storms, they will remember your steadfastness and know that I, the Lord, am a mighty deliverer for all who call upon me. Do you recall the sacred night in Egypt when my people, Israel, placed the blood of a lamb upon the doorposts of their homes? That blood was a sign, a declaration of faith. And when the angel of death passed through the land, it could not enter any home that was marked by the covenant blood. That principle remains. I tell you today that the blood of my Son, Jesus, speaks of far greater things than the blood of Abel. It cries out not for vengeance, but for mercy, redemption, and protection. Tomorrow, I want you to plead His blood over your home. You don't need to shout, but speak it with quiet authority. Say, "This house belongs to the Lord Jesus Christ." Every person, every room, every object in this house is covered by the precious blood of Jesus. Do not ever think these are empty, religious words. In the spiritual realm, they blaze brighter than fire. They are a declaration of divine ownership. They draw a boundary line in the spirit that the enemy cannot cross. Child, there will be moments tomorrow when your flesh will feel weak and want to yield. There will be moments when you will question if these words from me were real, when you may doubt what you are feeling or sensing. Remember that faith is not validated by what you can see or feel. Did not my servant Abraham believe me and go, even when he did not know his destination? Did not Noah build an ark for a flood when rain had never yet fallen from the sky? Did not Daniel continue to pray to me when he knew hungry lions were waiting for him? Faith does not wait for proof to arrive. Faith acts because my word is its proof. Hold fast to what I have told you today. The unpleasantness I have spoken of is not destruction, even though it may feel like a violent shaking. It is exposure. Think of a surgeon's skilled hand. The scalpel cuts and the cutting causes pain, but the surgeon does not cut to kill. He cuts to remove the disease that is causing death. The pain of the process is real, but the purpose is healing and life. So it is with the morose disturbance. Do not mistake the process for a punishment. It is my preparation. It is my cleansing. It is me making way for something new and beautiful to be built in its place. And child, listen to me very carefully now. My concern is not only for the house you live in, but for the temple of your own heart. For you too are a dwelling place for me. My word asks, do you not know that you are the temple of God and that my spirit dwells in you? Just as your house carries a history, so does your heart. Within you are stored memories, old wounds, hidden regrets, and sins that you have not yet fully surrendered to me. They too have a voice. They too can be stirred up by external pressures. Tomorrow's shaking will also press upon the hidden places within your own heart. It will call forth insecurities and fears you thought were long buried. Do not suppress them. Do not hide from them. Bring them to me in the light. Confess them, release them, and allow me to wash you clean. For if you only cleanse your house but neglect to cleanse your heart, the victory will be incomplete. I see your weariness, my child. I see how you have longed for true rest. I hear your quiet prayers for peace, whispered in the middle of the night when you think no one is listening. I know the questions you have buried deep within your soul. Why so much struggle? Why does the waiting last so long? Why does God feel so silent at times? Tomorrow is part of my answer to you. You will see with clarity that I was never absent. I was never ignoring you. I was never uncaring. I was waiting for the perfect time to reveal what needed to be addressed. I was shaping you in the quietness, preparing you for this very moment, even when you thought I was silent. When my people, Israel, wandered in the wilderness, they often complained that I had abandoned them to die in the desert. But I had not brought them there to die. I had brought them there to prepare them. The wilderness was the place of divine revelation. It was the place where bread rained down from heaven, where water miraculously sprang forth from a rock, where my holy law was given to them. Without the trials and the stripping away that happened in the wilderness, they would never have been ready to possess the promised land. Child, your tomorrow may feel like a wilderness experience, but see it for what it is, the place of your preparation. Out of it will come a deeper understanding of my voice, an unshakable faith, and a crystal clear sense of your purpose. Do not be surprised if spiritual opposition seems to increase for a short time after tomorrow. Sometimes, when a spiritual stronghold is broken, the enemy rages in desperation. He makes the most noise when he knows his grip is being loosened. But do not be dismayed by his roaring. He can roar, but he cannot devour you when you are standing firm in your faith in me. Remember what my servant Peter wrote. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. He is like a roaring lion, but he is not the true lion, the lion of the tribe of Judah. His roar is an imitation designed to intimidate. My roar is truth, and when I roar, all creation trembles. Stand with me, and no imitation lion can ever harm you. Your family may not fully understand what is happening. As I said, some may dismiss it as imagination. Others may react with intense fear. Do not judge them. Do not pressure them to see things your way. Simply be the steady one, the intercessor, the watchman on the wall for your household. I have placed you in that house as a lamp on a stand, not to be hidden under a basket. Your quiet, steady light of faith will be enough to cover them, even if they cannot yet see the source of that light. My child, tomorrow will not be the end of your story, but the beginning of a new chapter. It will mark a definitive line in the sand, a shift, a turning point. In the days and weeks that follow, you will begin to notice changes. The very atmosphere in your home will feel lighter, cleaner. The peace will be tangible and deep. Your dreams may become clearer, filled with my encouragement instead of unease. My word will seem to leap off the page with new life and meaning when you read it. These are all signs that a true spiritual cleansing has taken place. Do not take them for granted. Do not slip back into old patterns of spiritual complacency. When the storm has passed, I want you to dedicate your home anew to me. Walk through each and every room and speak blessings over it. Invite my Holy Spirit to dwell richly in every corner. And every time you gather with your family, let prayer and thanksgiving be the sweet fragrance that fills the air, displacing any lingering scent of fear or strife. I am training you, my precious child, for greater battles ahead, which will lead to even greater victories. Tomorrow is but one crucial step on a much longer and more glorious journey. But every step matters. Every battle strengthens you. Every trial prepares you for the high calling I have placed upon your life. You may not see the full tapestry I am weaving yet, but trust me, the story I am writing through your life will echo for eternity. So do not be afraid of what is to come. Even in the heart of the unpleasantness, I will be your shield and your fortress. I am the same God who shut the mouths of lions for Daniel, who parted the Red Sea for Moses, who raised Lazarus from the dead. Do you honestly think a few lingering shadows in a house can withstand the full force of my presence? They will scatter like chaff in the wind the moment you rise up and stand in the authority I have given you. I could do it all for you, but I want you to see it. I want you to know it. I want you to participate in the victory. I have not called you to be a passive spectator in my kingdom, but an active, victorious warrior. So tonight, rest in me. Surrender your anxieties to me. Tomorrow, rise with my courage flooding your veins. And when the shaking comes, remember my words to you. Hold fast to my promises. Do not yield a single inch to fear. Call upon my mighty name. Cover your home and your family with the protective blood of the Lamb. And when the night passes and the new day dawns, you will know with a certainty that has been forged in fire that I am the Lord your God, faithful and true, dwelling not far away in the distant havens, but right here, closer than your own breath, walking with you through every fire and every storm until all things are made new.